Time now for another vlog, which we do monthly on my vlogs channel. We talk about a variety of things that happened in previous months. For more of my vlogs, go to the vlogs channel and check them out via the vlogs playlist. Once again, I am joined by Riley. Hi.
Hello there.
And you can check out her channel below in the description section. And over there she likes to do flying stuff, airplanes, jets, which is one of the reasons why I think we started using Microsoft Flight Sim for the live B-roll of these vlogs. So she can fly around while we talk about a variety of things that transpired in the month of August 2021. Before we get started officially, my thoughts with everybody that was in the path of Hurricane Ida. I hope that you all are safe, and you and your families, friends, and loved ones, because I definitely had some friends, family members, and viewers and subscribers that were in the path of Ida, so thoughts are with all of you. A few things transpired this month. We watched the Suicide Squad movie. We've been watching Knight Rider. We're almost done with Knight Rider. Riley got me into an anime. We'll talk more about that in a few, as well as our thoughts regarding some video games. Red Dead Online Call to Arms, the new survival mode that came out about the beginning of the month. The Saints Row trailer, I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that. The rumors about the Gta Trilogy Remaster, remake, whatever that happens to be. Plus, still no information about the GTA 5 Milk Edition trailer. Maybe we'll see that somewhere down the road. Yeah, we'll talk about JK, the artist formerly known as JK, and the fall of Afghanistan, and anything else that happens to transpire. First off, the Suicide Squad movie came out in theaters and in HBO Max, while we still had HBO Max.
Right.
Overall, from anything you recall, I know that was a few weeks ago we watched it. What'd you think about it?
It was alright. It's definitely a good, it's an alright movie. I mean, it's pretty entertaining, I would say. Like, the characters they don't put you to sleep. So, that's nice. And the story was alright, I guess. But overall, I mean, I liked it. It was alright.
I never watched the first Suicide Squad movie.
Well, good thing you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you and others told me it wasn't very good.
It's not that good.
And that was one thing that a lot of people enjoyed about James Gunn's version of the Suicide Squad, that it felt more like the Suicide Squad. It was far from perfect. It had its share of issues. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was, I guess you could say, a popcorn pleaser. I don't think it did very well in the box office. A lot of that has to do with the bug. And, of course, streaming now. It was on HBO Max. That's how we were able to watch it.
Right.
Which is nice to be able to watch from the comfort of your couch.
Yeah, most people aren't just willing to go outside to just go watch it. You can just watch it at the comfort of your house.
Plus, it's really hot and humid right now where we live. It's miserable outside, so there isn't really much motivation to get out there.
True.
Unless you absolutely have to. And if you have an alternative, like a streaming service to watch a new movie on, then you're going to do that instead. And that's exactly what we did. And it was enjoyable. I don't really think that it was the best superhero movie of all time, not by a long shot. But it wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. It could have been way worse. I doubt it's going to be able to have a sequel. But anyways, I think that for what it was okay. But anyways, so yeah, Suicide Squad was alright. It was entertaining. And a lot of people surprisingly fell in love with King Shark of all characters.
Right. Well, to be fair, even though he's a murdering maniac when it comes to eating people, in a way he's kind of adorable.
Yeah, in a scary way. Like, he's half man, half great white, which is a pretty scary thought.
Right.
And he was voiced by Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. I guess it's just the way he made him sound. It made him sound adorable.
Yeah. So, yeah, like Riley said, King Shark was scary yet funny and adorable at the same time. The other characters were alright. I feel like they did, I guess, the best service live action to Harley Quinn. Like,
right.
A lot of people didn't really like... I mean, the actress, Margot Robbie, she's fine as Harley Quinn, but her character itself wasn't as good from what I heard in the original Suicide Squad. And don't get me started about how bad Birds of Prey was. And it was basically a Harley Quinn movie, but
I haven't seen it.
yeah, I heard it wasn't very good. But this felt more aligned to Harley Quinn's character than the other two previous movies that she happened to be in. But overall, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's not the greatest thing of all time. I'd say it was better than, Space Jam New Legacy?
Yeah, I could say that.
Yeah.
It was better.
And we actually kind of liked Space Jam New Legacy, even though it was definitely not as good as
the original was way better.
Yeah, but we talked about that in the July 2021 vlog. But yeah, if I had to pick between any of the other new movies we've watched, I guess Suicide Squad's up there with Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, it was alright.
What other new movies came out that we watched? Anything else?
No, the other ones we've watched was older movies.
Yeah, the older movies don't really count because they didn't come out in 2021. But
no, when it comes to newer movies, I would say Gorilla Squad. I was gonna say Gorilla Kong. What's his name? King Kong.
Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Suicide Squad are probably the best too.
Yeah, and they're both on HBO Max, so they were all right. All right, so speaking of older stuff that we've been watching, Knight Rider. We've been absolutely enjoying Knight Rider. And sadly, we're only a few episodes away from the end of the series.
Right. Yeah, it's been really good. A good trip back to the 80s with Kit
and Hoff.
Michael Knight.
Absolutely. So, what has been some of your favorite moments so far, or your favorite characters?
I would have to say Michael and Kit are probably the best too.
Yeah.
Kit is I like Kit because there's just, even though he's a computer, it's just his personality. It's up there. It's like he has more personality than most people in the show, and he's a fucking AI.
I agree, and the voice acting is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Plus, I like the little what is it? Like a little quick laughs he had. Like for example, when he met the broad.
Oh yeah, one of those episodes.
Or when he meets the dog, or stuff like that. When
how he interacts, like in each episode, they have Kit interact with like some random strangers, or a dog, or a lion cub, or a tiger. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a mini gag.
Yeah. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it just drags on too long. But overall, yeah, it was a great series, and it was far from perfect. It definitely had its tropes and its issues. I think part of the problem is similar to a lot of other shows. It had 20 episodes a season,
right?
So there's definitely some filler there, and there are times when the writing could have been better, and there's this formula you always see occur. But every now and then there are really, really good episodes. Like my personal favorite is in season 4, Sin of Roses.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best one so far.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think that should have been the series finale, and I think I read that it was intended on being the series finale of Knight Rider, which would make sense. But I guess because of scheduling by the studio, they decided to put it before some of the other episodes for some reason, which was stupid. But most Knight Rider fans believe that Sin of Roses is one of the best episodes, and officially, and I guess our opinion, the series finale of the show, because it makes the most sense. But overall, Knight Rider was really good, and they've tried to bring it back a few times, and it hasn't exactly worked out.
Right.
It's just a prime example of Hollywood running out of ideas, trying to take advantage of the popularity of a successful franchise in the past, and they end up blundering it, dropping the ball, screwing it up, whether it's just sheer incompetence. They just can't create the same formula that the original show had because it's completely different actors and whatnot, or they're so obsessed with changing things, subverting expectations, agendas, the message, as they say, that they just end up pissing off the fan base that they're supposed to be appealing to, because they're the ones you want to get on board first, right?
Right.
The original fans, whether it's of Knight Rider or any other show or movie or video game out there, but it seems like lately all they do is they just piss off the core fan base. And if you do that, then you have nothing to grow on. It just seems stupid and self-defeating, in my opinion. But once the series is over, yes, she will be watching the Knight Rider 2000 movie.
Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna be.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I guess if we get around to it a month from now in the September 2021 vlog,
Yeah.
then we may talk about her thoughts regarding Knight Rider 2000, which was the movie that was, I guess you could say, the movie that was a sequel to the TV series. There was also Team Knight Rider. It didn't. I think it was around for a little bit. It was a sequel show, a spin-off to Knight Rider, and then of course the Knight Rider reboot. I think there's a video game, but it was kind of a flop. At least one video game, maybe a few. But that would have been a really cool video game, I think. You like take control of Kit and you go around doing things for the Foundation, involve Kit's abilities.
Right.
But what's your favorite Kit ability of all of his abilities?
I would have to say Turbo Boost.
Yeah, Turbo Boost is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Super Turbo Boost?
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, when he basically transforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a Super Pursuit mode.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I was wrong. Super Pursuit mode. Yeah, that's it. I never really liked it.
It makes Kid look weird.
Plus, it's obvious when you watch it that they had to speed up the video.
Yeah.
And sometimes there happens to be cars going by in the background or something in the background or water.
Yeah, going up 100 miles per hour.
And everything is going fast, not just Kit. And they also added not just the Super Pursuit mode version of Kit, but they added the other version that you don't really like either in the 4th season.
What? Oh, yeah.
Convertible.
Convertible. Yeah. I don't like Kit as a convertible. It just makes him look weird.
I don't know. It kind of grows on me, but it's pretty obvious that they do that in, I guess, just for the beginning of most of the episodes, just to have Michael and Kit they're just chilling, driving around in convertible mode. And then all of a sudden, when things kick off, then they go to standard mode, which is, I guess the standard version of Kit. And then every now and then they put in Super Pursuit mode. And then the braking mode, which is also kind of weird as well.
Yeah, it's like the plates coming out.
Yeah, but then they added a new character, RC3, to Season 4. And at first, it took a little bit to get used to him. But I think after a few episodes, they finally... I think they did a good job eventually of building up his character.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's unfortunate that, he was only in one season. But.
Yeah, but in reality, even though he's part of the main cast now, he still feels minor character-ish.
Yeah. And I think the problem with that is the fact that you have, the core of the cast already established over the past several seasons.
Yeah, you already have 4.
Yeah.
You have Michael, Bonnie, Devin, and Kit.
Yeah.
Those are the main 4, and there's just...
Yeah, and then you have Devin, who's in charge,
Yeah. Devin gives the rules, Michael's the field man with Kit.
Yeah.
And then you have Bonnie helping out Kit and Michael.
Yeah, she's the tech.
Yeah, she's the tech and
mechanic yeah.
thing, but there really aren't any gaps to fill.
Yeah,
He just feels like he's there just for the sake of being there.
Yeah, he's more of a support role because he can also do tech stuff, mechanical stuff, but he can also go into the field with Michael if he needs some additional muscle. So he's in this backup support role, and I think that there is a possibility that if eventually they decide to keep the series going, and maybe they could have passed the mantle, the torch from Michael to RC. That would have been interesting. Because, eventually David Hasselhoff moved on to Baywatch, and singing and becoming very popular in Germany. But at the same time, it would have been interesting if they would have given, RC, his own, version of Kit.
Right.
Because, he did have that motorcycle. I don't know if they bring back the motorcycle in any of the other episodes, but he did build a motorcycle that they briefly used in one of the episodes, but it was just a run-of-the-mill motorcycle. There wasn't anything special about it.
Right. Yeah, we already have a kid version of the motorcycle. It's called Nerd.
Oh yeah, that scooter. Oh, that was a dumb episode.
Nerd, and then you have the thing that Kid has.
Yeah, with the strobe light,
yeah.
Like the Cylons, because Glenn Larson was the creative mind behind both the original Battlestar and Knight Rider, so he had to put the strobe in there. The Cylon eyes.
Right, and he just painted it black. There you go.
Yeah.
Still an identity.
Exactly. But, yeah, there were definitely some really dumb episodes like that Nerd episode.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb.
Yeah. But, yeah, there were a few. I mean, the show was far from perfect, but it had a charm to it. And there were definitely episodes I liked. There were characters I enjoyed. And, there were typical things that happened. But I would say the chemistry of David Hasselhoff, Michael Knight, and Kit were what really kept the show going.
Right.
And to an additional extent, Devin also, he helped too. And Bonnie, or as you like to say, that's not April.
That's not April. That is not April.
Yeah, we kind of grew fond of April after season 2 because a lot of people didn't like April, but I think in hindsight she was not a bad replacement for Bonnie.
No, she was 50-50.
Yeah,
but I mean I liked her though.
Yeah, I mean the truth is like April started off as basically a Bonnie clone, right. But they did develop her character in season 2. But then, out of nowhere, they brought back Bonnie. Because in season 1, the fans loved Bonnie. They loved the actress that played Bonnie.
I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, we were like, man, she's okay. But we actually grew more attached to April than Bonnie. But, it's not that we dislike Bonnie. It's that, we just liked April a little bit more. But I wish they would have at least given April like a proper send-off instead of just shooing her away.
Right. Yeah, because Bonnie comes back with a backstory, but April just disappears.
Yeah, she just...
Like Bonnie.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then there's a few episodes where, like, Bonnie, Michael and Kit are in situations where they would have benefited from something that April did, like the ability for Kit to, go over water for a brief amount of time. April did that, and yet they never used that again.
Right.
Or Kit's parachute. They never use that again because Michael in one episode puts like these
a bunch of parachutes,
like military parachutes on Kit, but it's not necessary because technically Kit's supposed to have a built-in parachute. But
right.
They seem to. There's often times in the 4th season, even though there's some good episodes in the 4th season, there's a lot of repeats that occur where they take themes from previous episodes, like the trucker theme.
Oh yeah.
They bring that back.
It's like they take previous episodes and combine them.
Yeah, because I guess by the 4th season they've just run out of ideas.
I mean, there's only so much you can do. I can't say I blame them.
Yeah, I agree. So, I think it was probably for the best that the show ended after 4 seasons. But I still think that Sin of Roses should have been the final episode. That's the way it should be. But,
yeah, it would have been more fitting.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because the last few episodes we have left, I really don't think any of them are special.
No, they feel fillerish.
Yeah. But anyways, I mean, that's my thoughts about Knight Rider. It's a great show. And it definitely is one of those shows that will live on, I think. But unfortunately, I feel eventually Hollywood will try again to come up with another reboot, remake.
Yeah, the Knight Rider 4000 or something.
Let's go like I think it was Knight Rider 2000, and I think the reboot series was 3000 or 10,000. They could do like 12,000, 13,000, 30,000.
Right.
Because you have to have Kit, right? K-I-T-T. But anyways, let's move on to another show that you got me into. I'll let you take the floor and talk about that particular show because she's been wanting me to watch an anime for the longest time.
Right. So I got him to watch Naruto. So yeah, I'm here accomplishing things. First it was Fortnite. Now it's Naruto.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I only played Air Royale with you because you wanted a gunner.
And that's still Fortnite.
It's its own separate thing.
I got him to download Fortnite, so he tried it.
Only to play the Air Royale.
And I also got him an anime. I wonder what's next.
Let's just go back to talking about...
So anyways, yeah. So I got him into watching Naruto, and so far, I mean...
Well, give them a little synopsis,
fine.
Basic information about
it. So
it's
basically a ninja / shinobi show where you can...
Yeah, there's different factions.
Yeah, different factions. You can perform jutsus, which is basically like performing hand signs, and you get like a power up or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, so far, that's basically the entire show so far. What he knows about it. There's more to it.
Oh yeah, we're only in season 3. So.
Yeah, we're basically with the tuning exams.
Yeah,
where Sasuke is gonna battle Gaara.
Yeah, for anyone that wants to know that are also fans of the show, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, I mean, I already seen everything, but I'm showing him. Yeah. What's going on. So yeah, I already watched Naruto Shippuden, and I haven't watched Boruto. I refuse to watch it. But yeah, what do you think so far?
So far, I've grown to like it. I do like Naruto. I think he's a good character. I like his personality. I like the fact that he never gives up, even though everyone always looks down on him. Not everybody. Like Hinata thinks the world of him. And I like the fact that he has not only does he have this great charm and personality to him, he also has an ability, which I don't want to spoil, He has a few abilities, but he has one in particular.
You might as well spoil it. The show's like 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's like Knight Rider, so.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so
just
he has the power of the nine-tailed fox. And we won't talk about how he gets it, but it is, obviously important to his character.
Right. Well, that's not really spoiled. They literally say it on the first episode.
Well, yeah, true. Very true. You learn that in the very first episode of the show. And I do like the friendships he forms. And also, they're kind of like frenemies sometimes, him and Sasuke.
Yeah.
They're like brothers, but they get along whenever it counts, whenever they have to. But there's definitely this ongoing rivalry between them, as well as
Which? Sakura?
Sakura. Yes, I'm still trying to get the names right. Either I mispronounce them or I just screw them up entirely. My bad. But yeah, I think she's okay. I think they've done a better job of having her at least be in some fights, but all too often, like, they have her not really doing much, especially during the first season.
Yeah, she's useless as fuck.
Yeah, I don't think she's useless, but I think that's one thing they could have done a better job, and that's something you told me, is that they really should have done a better job with most of the female characters, especially when it comes to the fighting. And I do like the fact that they have this world where there's, like, this world exists where there's different nations, and each nation has a ninja faction or shinobi. And the main faction is the Hidden Under the Leaves, right?
Yeah, Hidden Leaf Village.
The Hidden Leaf Village, that's the main faction. That's the one that Naruto and everyone else are part of. But you have all this intrigue going on. You have these antagonists that are popping up in these other characters as well. And you see these characters from the very beginning, when they're, like, still graduating, right, from, like, the beginning.
Right. Yeah, literally the very beginning. They haven't even become a ninja yet.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're still kids, and they become, Genins, which is the first level of ninja, right? Mm-hmm. And what's the new one?
Shooting exams. Okay. So they're going to the shooting.
Yeah, they're trying to reach the next level. And so there's a few levels of, shinobis. And it's cool to see how the characters develop in their arcs and how they progress from the very beginning of the show to where they are now. And it does fascinate me where they're going to go in future episodes and seasons.
Right. It does make you care.
Yeah, it does. It does a good job of making you care for most of the characters. Or at least you'll find a few of the characters you like. Some of the other characters you may be like, okay, well, I don't really care.
Right.
But, especially with Naruto, the star of the show, it really is on his back because the name of the show is his show. But it's not just about him. It's an ensemble. But he definitely takes center stage anytime, he's on the show. Whether it's one of his flashbacks or one of his antics that he's pulling off or, gobbling down ramen all the time. The moment he said he liked ramen, he and I were cool.
Wow.
Because I like ramen also. He loves his ramen.
That was, like, the only thing you needed?
Yeah, that's all I needed. It's like, oh, he likes ramen? Well, I like ramen.
Wow.
But there is something I despise about this, and it's a trope. The talking.
Oh yeah, how it drags.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's like sometimes it even takes like an entire episode. They just spend time all talking. Well, to be fair, there's millions of characters in the show.
There is.
There's like in one episode, it could probably be like 20, and they're like all main characters.
Yeah.
So.
But there are times when, like, the bridge arc in this first season really does drag.
Yeah, that's like 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And 2 of those episodes could have been cut.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean,
just fighting.
But it's the same problem with Knight Rider and a lot of other shows that have 20 episodes a season. They have to stretch it out. They have to come up with filler because that's just the way these shows are. And that's why I think the best shows that we've seen come out over the past few years are shows that have like 10 episodes or 13 episodes.
Right.
Not always the case, but usually that allows the writers to craft together better episodes, better quality, because I prefer quality over quantity. But in this case, there were definitely episodes where they're just standing around talking. And that's all they do, is they talk. I mean, there are times when they kind of do it right where they'll be talking and doing flashbacks while there's fighting going on. So they do a better job in later episodes of mixing it together.
Right, like the Hinata versus Neji. You know how she was thinking of her past while at the same time fighting him?
Yeah.
See, that was done right.
I agree. Because if you just have them standing there and then all of a sudden you dive into a flashback, then it takes you out of that moment. And sometimes there's flashbacks about characters that are not even important characters, and you just don't care,
Yeah, like the sand dude that had like the little thing in his hand.
Yeah, that guy. Like, I'm just like,
He got a flashback backstory.
why do we need a flashback of him? We don't care about him. Are you going to get a flashback of every single shinobi that's a member of the Leaf Village?
Yes.
Every single one of them? I doubt it. But you might as well. The other issue I have is sometimes they'll give you flashbacks about characters when they already had flashbacks.
Right. Like sometimes they'll repeat the same flashback.
Yeah, they do a lot of repeating, and you'll see. I mean, it's okay to do that to remind the audience, especially when you're building up this character arc from the beginning till this point and going forward. It's good to see that progression and remind the audience, especially for people that just jump into the show, because not everybody is watching the show from the very beginning. Well, back in the day, that's the way it was. Now, when you hop on Netflix, yeah, you can do that, of course.
Right. I remember back in the day, I think it was like 2003. Like, the show was in English. I couldn't understand anything back in the day.
Yeah.
But I just watched it just for the hell of it, and I was completely lost. Like, somehow I just got used to it. I think I started on literally when the bridge arc ended. I think that's the first time I saw it live.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And even though I was kind of lost still, because first of all, language barrier.
Yeah.
And second of all, started like in the 21 episode. Like, the show, even though it gives you like a lot of flashbacks, it does a good job catching you up.
Mm-hmm.
It does that, and I actually do like that. So if you start like maybe like 20 episodes ahead, or 30 episodes ahead, like, since there's a lot of repeating, you can easily catch up and learn who everybody is. It's like, oh, Naruto, I do this and that, I'm Sasuke and this, that, you know.
Yeah, it definitely takes time. I mean, even somebody like me who's been watching it, 3 seasons now in a row, I'm still trying to get everybody's name right.
Right.
Because there's so many characters. And to be fair, their names are not in English. It's not like, hey, that's Steve, and that's Bob, and that's Tiffany, and that's Alex, and that's Linda. But at the same time, you embrace it, and you try your best to get everybody's name right eventually.
Right.
Maybe before the series is over, I'll finally have everybody's name right.
All right. But, yeah, I've been keeping an eye on him when it comes to that, because he butchers some of the names, and sometimes I make fun of him for it.
That's okay. I'm thick-skinned.
All right. Let's see if you know this one. What is Jin's best friend that got betrayed?
We haven't talked about Ghost of Tsushima yet. We're still talking about Naruto.
I know, but it has to do with the name, because that's part of the joke.
It is his former friend. But we'll talk about Ghost of Tsushima in just a second. She's jumping the gun. But, yeah, I think that Naruto, pretty good show, except for it drags out at times. Sometimes way too many flashbacks. Like, Sakura and Ino, who were once friends, become rivals because they both like Sasuke. But then they become friends again. But I guess friends are frenemies. But then they have a previous flashback, like, that establishes the fact that they were once friends. But then later on, when they're fighting, they have another flashback that basically does the same thing. And you're just like, we already know this. We've already established the fact that they're friends and that they have a history together.
Right. And it definitely got annoying. It was probably the worst fight out of the bunch.
Yeah, and that's one thing I gotta say. They could have done a better job when it came to, like, I guess buffing the female. I mean, not all the female fighters are bad, but like,
That's pretty cool, even though she lost.
Yeah, they could have done, like, that fight was terrible. That was a terrible fight because it was mostly flashback and it ended in a draw. And
nobody even won.
That's what I found ridiculous. I know that's a spoiler, but
it's the worst fight anyway.
There has to be a winner. Just have somebody win, even if it's just somebody that managed to barely endure the fight. And sometimes you wonder about these characters, like, how did they even make it this far?
Because they got carried. I mean, it even is established in the show that they basically tell you that, oh, I have to be here because the entire team, like, if I don't join, nobody can join.
Yeah.
So they basically have to, it's like, I'm just going to join for Naruto and Sasuke.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason she's there.
Yeah.
She's not ready. She knows she's not ready.
Yeah. I mean, she definitely is very knowledgeable about chakras and jutsu. She's a genius. She's smart. But when it comes to fighting, she's not the best at fighting. So she does have her skills and her uses, and I guess you could say she's kind of like the what holds that team together.
Right, she's like the voice of reason.
Yeah, she's the one that holds the team together. She's not as strong as Naruto or Sasuke, but she does serve a purpose.
What's her purpose then?
She has some purpose. At least I would like to believe.
She has no purpose.
Well, I'd like to believe there's
At
some.
least, because I think even Kakashi does a better job at that. At having the better voice of reason.
Yeah, but he's only their teacher, their sensei, and eventually it's, you know, they're going to be on their own probably. Because he's going to have to go teach some other students, and they're three going to be sent off to do whatever they do.
Right.
I think that's the way they've been training them, right?
Right.
So they can't rely on him forever. But I do like him. He's a really good sensei. He's a good mentor for him. But overall, you know, I do enjoy the series. I think it's good. And, you know, even though anime is not really my thing, I do like the world building, the lore, the different shinobi factions, the different skills, and the different jutsus, and the way the chakra works. And they do a good job explaining it, even though sometimes I feel like they over-explain.
Right.
And maybe that's necessary because, like with most shows, when it's airing, you don't have the luxury of binging it like we can now.
Right, like you just like that was back in like 2001 too.
Yeah.
You just literally just had to watch it live, and if you failed, you didn't have YouTube to watch it again or any videos. You literally just had to learn it or write it down.
Yeah, you would just be behind the times. You would be like, well, what the hell's going on? And there are times whenever I'm acting like, what the hell's going on? Like with the characters, you know.
Right.
But I know which one. I know what each one looks like and each one's attitudes and their abilities now. It's just that trying to get the names right. That's the part I'm having.
That's your hardest part?
I'm working on it. But anyways.
All right.
I don't know if after we're done with this, if I'm interested in watching another anime. Maybe not.
You can watch the same one. I mean, Shippuden's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I think naturally because that's the spiritual or spin-off series.
No, it's like literally the sequel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not like a spin-off. It's literally Naruto as a teenager / adult.
Yeah, we'll do that. Eventually.
So, yeah.
But in return, once we're done with Knight Rider, we're going to start getting her to watch the DC animated universe. That's right.
Batman, the Brave and the Bold. I heard you love
that does not count.
No?
That's not part of the DC animated universe.
So what is that?
Okay, it's Batman the animated series.
Okay.
Superman the animated series.
Okay.
Along with Batman Beyond.
Okay.
And the Justice League. So I think...
And Brave and the Bold.
No.
Fine.
I think Teen Titans are involved in that, but I never watched Teen Titans.
You never watched the original Teen Titans?
No.
What? You're missing out.
And I heard good things about it, but I never got around to watching it. But I think Teen Titans are tied into the DC animated universe. Plus, there's a few movies that are also tied into it. There's only a few of them that are actually really, really good. But we'll start with Batman once we're done with Knight Rider, which we should be done by probably next week.
All right.
So you're going to give us your thoughts about Batman the animated series.
I hate it.
Ha 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 ha. Well, a month from now. Hopefully. I think we'll probably still be watching Batman the animated series because we'll be rotating back and forth between Naruto and Batman the animated series. And eventually we'll move on to Superman animated series. And then Batman Beyond. And you get the idea. But anyways, speaking of things from Japan, well, not technically because Sucker Punch is not from Japan. But they made a fantastic game set in Japan, Ghost of Tsushima. And I just recently did my review of the director's cut about a week ago. Riley and I are also going to have a spoilers video where we're going to talk about things that happened in Iki Island, as well as some things that happened in the main story of Ghost of Tsushima. That's going to be on the gaming channel. It's going to be probably by Friday. I think I'll have it out by Friday, but we already have that recorded. I'm still working on that. But real quick, you want to give them a little taste of your thoughts overall about Ghost of Tsushima, Iki Island? Or Legends? You can talk about Legends if you'd rather talk about Legends here.
I guess I could talk about Legends since we're going to talk about this single player mode over there. Alright, so Legends so far is getting a few changes. All the outfits from basically Iki Island got into Legends. Mm-hmm. And so far the changes have been positive. I mean, besides, the Hunter getting nerfed and the Ronin getting nerfed.
That's 2 of the 4 characters that you could play as being nerfed. That's not a good sign.
It's my main 2, but those changes haven't gotten live yet. Those 2. Like, they haven't nerfed those 2 yet.
Well, I hope that they don't. I don't even know why they bother doing that. Like, why bother? They're fun the way they were.
I guess the only way they would do it is against, for rivals. So it would be more balanced, because it's kind of PvP, I guess.
Yeah, and you said Rivals is coming out Friday, right?
Yeah, it's coming out Friday.
Okay.
So maybe it's for everybody to stop spamming, like, oh, let's just have a Hunter Ronin build, or 2 Ronins or 2 Hunters, or something like that. So maybe they're nerfing them. I don't know. They're only nerfing the most overpowered shit. So they're nerfing the stone skipping bow. Yeah. And what are they nerfing in the Ronin again?
The bombs, right?
Oh, the bombs. Yeah, the Ronins do spam that.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, and they're giving the bombs to the samurai. So you should be happy about that because the bow and arrow on the samurai is kind of worthless.
Yeah, you're right about that. Sometimes it proves to be somewhat helpful, but I don't know. I felt like they should have just left it alone. But maybe they'll go back and they'll buff it back a little bit.
Right.
We'll
Plus,
see.
hey, this could change a little bit of things on your loadout. Because if you equip the bomb healing, you can actually just change your sword to explosive blades and do more damage.
Instead of the vampire blade?
Instead of the vampire blade. Maybe since you can actually heal yourself, there's no point to have it unless you really don't want to die.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, you could change your build a little bit.
Well, hopefully Rivals will be good. I've always enjoyed playing Legends. It's a nice additional feature to Ghost of Tsushima. Like we talked about in our standalone video, I don't think that the standalone is worth buying by itself, but Director's Cut I think is.
Well, we do have to see the 2 new survivals in the 4 Legends Rivals mode. So we have to see, maybe the Legends Rivals mode is so good that it's worth buying.
I doubt that.
Hey.
I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but I doubt it will be enough to...
We'll see. We'll be the judges for that.
Yeah, we'll see. But, I mean, it's definitely a lot to offer for a multiplayer mode we didn't even know existed until they announced it, after we bought Ghost of Tsushima a year ago.
Right.
But
yeah. What else? I don't think they touched the Assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Assassin's still the same.
Yeah, but the Assassin's the weakest one, though, so...
Not really. He's actually really fucking strong if you know how to use him.
Yeah.
He could be even stronger than Samurai. Because what he can do is just turn invisible all the time.
Okay.
And you know how he does more damage during assassinations or critical strikes?
Yeah.
Well, he can literally like free tap an Oni or 2 tap. So just literally like go into critical strike, throw a smoke bomb, then do that. You can literally like 3 to 4 tap an Oni. It's really strong and broken. I mean, I don't like Assassin, but that's not stopping other people from doing that job.
Yeah, I think I'll just stick with Samurai.
Yeah, you do that.
Especially since Ronin's been kind of broken, and that was like my secondary.
Alright, well, maybe you can switch it up a little bit. Maybe Hunter's gonna be your,
yeah, maybe.
your thing.
Well, we'll see, but are you wanting to stream that sometime this weekend?
I'm sure you should do it. Because I'm gonna stream Thursday.
Yeah, you're doing your dogfight with subscribers
you
and
stream
viewers.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I'm planning on putting out the Ghost of Tsushima spoiler Iffy
yeah.
Island video on Friday because I didn't get it done today.
Well, you could stream it during. What if you stream it like on the afternoon and then?
I don't know. I feel like we'll sort it out.
We'll think about it.
Because my viewers and subscribers want me to play Red Dead Online on Saturday and Sunday, and that's what I already have scheduled. So I have to try and balance it out and schedule it, and it just doesn't always work out.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, I should have, in hindsight, gotten my spoilers video finished to release tonight, but I just wasn't up for it. After I put together the the Red Dead Event Week video, which another lousy event in Red Dead Online this week. Maybe a little bit better than last week's, but
it's still not that good.
Yeah. And going to do some errands, I just wasn't really motivated to do anything today. I just haven't been real motivated. I don't know if it's the heat, the humidity outside, or it's just me personally not feeling it lately, or maybe the way the world's going right now. But at the same time, I just didn't have the motivation to work on the spoilers video that we recorded the audio for it already. So all I gotta do is add the B-roll, maybe add a few things to it, a little bit of production. Won't be a lot, but at the same time, a tease, if you will, for those of you interested. We should have that out by Friday. I'll try to get it out by Friday. And let's go ahead and move on to Red Dead Online real quickly, because this month also was the release of a job, that's the word, that we actually have enjoyed in Red Dead Online. Well, most of us have. Call to Arms, the new survival mode in Red Dead Online. It came out several weeks ago, and props to Rockstar, they actually gave us a decent new mode.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I only played the maps once.
I liked it. I thought it was really good, and as much as I enjoyed playing the original survivals in GTA Online, the newer survivals they've made are not as good. But the older ones were really good, and that's what I used to play between the OG survivals and the contact missions in the early days of GTA Online. I gotta say that the Red Dead Online survivals, Call to Arms, are pretty good. I hope they make more of them. In fact, I did do a video talking about not only the review of Cult Arms that I did on the gaming channel, but also some different locations I think that would be good future locations for future Cult Arm maps. But I just think we need more of that in Red Dead Online. We need more content in Red Dead Online that actually interests the community.
Yeah, I guess. So far, I mean, yeah, I would agree. Yeah. And something we definitely do need, this is something I want, it's just more guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, like definitely the variety right now is crap. It's people just spamming level 3 to 4 tons with Arcano and Painted Black.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's not even fun. It's kind of boring.
I think
and stupid.
Yeah, I think the last gun was the elephant gun.
Yeah, it was a year ago.
Yeah, and
or was it when did they add the Navy?
The Navy came out before the elephant gun.
Okay.
I think that came out with the Moonshiner update, if I remember correctly. I think that's right. Yeah, I think that was the Moonshiner gun that came out.
Yeah, because we got that with GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got it in GTA, and then we had to get the lower revolver.
Yeah, the Lowry is basically a reskin of the Navy. It's just one of those perks that you can get, if you do the little collect-a-thon in free roam in GTA. Then if you have it all linked up to your Rockstar Social Club. So yeah, the elephant gun is the last gun that they added to Red Dead Online, which was over a year ago. And like Kane always says, it's a meme gun.
Yeah.
It's not even a gun people use, to be honest.
Yeah, it was
it's a joke.
To kill legendaries, right?
Yeah, but you can use rifles, you can use repeaters. I
always use the semi-auto.
Yeah. You can use other weapons as long as you don't use explosive ammo or incendiary ammo, just like regular express, split point, or high velocity to take out a legendary. And it's way better to do that than the stupid elephant gun. And to make matters worse, it doesn't even do good against bigger animals.
No.
So if you're trying to take down like a 3-star like bison or a 3-star moose or a 3-star grizzly bear, which are big animals, the biggest animals in the game.
Do I land?
Do
I land?
No, just keep flying. But yeah, we're still going on. Just keep going. But anyways, so the elephant gun is crap because at the very least, if you one-shot those animals I just mentioned, then you should still be able to keep your 3-star integrity, but you don't. It damages the animal. They end up being 1-star. So
can you one-shot a player with it?
You can, but it's not a long-range weapon. It's like medium at best. I guess up close and personal, it's devastating, but you have other options when it comes to up close and personal.
Yeah, you can just use a shotgun.
Yeah, like a pump action. I'd rather just use my pump action with slugs. But yeah, you're right. We do need more weapons. We do need more horses. Horses I could even add from story mode, by the way. There's plenty of horses in story mode. More stall space. Hopefully we'll get properties in December. That would be nice. And maybe a brand new role. That would be good. I just have my concerns about what is going to happen with the game in December. Just, yeah. I think too low. The game doesn't look as good here when we go too low.
We'll go higher.
It looks beautiful like when we're up here, but it's not really meant to fly really, really low in this game because you start to see...
It looks like a PS1 game.
Yeah. But to be fair, it's the entire world that you can fly around in, So, yeah, but we're just talking about flight sim off topic. But back on topic, yeah, I mean, here's hoping that December turns out to be better. We have Quick Draw Club 3 coming out, I think, Tuesday. So that'll be interesting. I think the variant for the Mauser might be in that one. I think. It's either 3 or 4, but...
I'll probably pick that for my main account.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because I don't know, I already bought the semi-auto.
Yeah.
Sadly, I only got one.
Yeah. Yeah, they're no longer on sale, by the way.
Yeah, at least I got one.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just wait for like a pistols coupon, 40% off. It'll probably be the same thing.
Yeah, you could do that.
The game's constantly giving them to you, so.
True. Very true. Yeah, that's for our secondary series, which we did a couple episodes of the secondary series because there really isn't much going on in the main game.
Right.
So if our primary characters are all maxed out, plenty of cash, plenty of gold, plenty of stuff, yet we still, live in a tent at our camp.
Right. We'll probably keep doing the same thing at least because, hey, double money on the secondary series with blood money. I mean, it does sound enticing.
Yeah.
And we could do that while we get our... Well, I got the trader role finally, so we could do that while our trader fills up.
Yay!
So, yeah. XP, gold. I mean, better than to waste our time on the main account. There's nothing to do over there.
Yeah, but
Like, the only reason we go there is just to do the quick drop path whenever it comes out, and we do that in less than a week. And then there you go, we're done.
yeah, that's
Especially you.
yeah, good point.
So,
Anyways, I think that's enough of Red Dead today. Let's move on to... We'll do GTA, then we'll talk Saints Row, so I'll flip it. Alright, because it's since, Rockstar games. Alright, so, rumors about a GTA Trilogy Remaster. One of the developing studios Rockstar bought out of Australia. Was it... I forget what the name of the studio is.
I don't know.
But rumor is... And even Kotaku made an article about this. Of course, Kotaku has seen better days. But rumor is, we have no legitimate information to back this up, which is why I haven't really bothered making a video about it. That we're getting a remaster or remake of the GTA 3D trilogy, which included GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas. As much as I would love for that to be true, at the moment, Rockstar has said nothing.
Yeah. Especially also as well with the secondary series. I mean, with the secondary series. With the X-Men and Enhanced Edition, they have said nothing either.
Yeah, exactly. And see, that presents two problems, because the rumor is not only is this new Rockstar studio, I think it's in Australia, has been working on this on remakes of the GTA 3D trilogy, because they're putting it on the Unreal Engine and they're updating it a little bit. It may not be up to the level of, say, GTA 5, but they're supposed to be updating the graphics.
As long as it doesn't look like a Fortnite character.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about Saints Row in a moment. But at the same time, it's supposed to come out this fall, but there's something else coming out this fall. The Milk Edition of GTA 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's November 11th. And, like, why would they release both the GTA Trilogy, Remaster, Remake, whatever, along with the Milk Edition of GTA 5?
I have no clue. It just sounds off.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Now, we do have the 20-year anniversary of GTA 3 coming up in October. And so people are speculating that maybe they'll bring out the GTA Trilogy Remaster Remake for the 20th anniversary of GTA 3. And then a few weeks later, drop the Milk Edition of GTA 5. But we have no other information about the trilogy from Rockstar. We have no information at all. No trailer, no tease.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Nothing. And furthermore, with the Milk Edition, over a year has gone by, and not a new trailer.
Yeah, no. The only thing we have is just the dislikes of that trailer. We can just go back to it.
Yeah.
It's just PS3 footage.
Pretty much. And the last bit of information we got was a few months ago in a newswire. That was it.
Yeah.
That's all we know about the Milk Edition. We do know a release date, so it is coming apparently.
Unless they delay it again.
I don't think they will. I think it will be coming. I think what they're going to do is, I think at this point they're probably waiting till the anniversary of GTA 5, which was September 17th. So that came out September 17th, 2013.
Here's hoping.
That's the rumors. They're going to wait till September 13th to drop, September 17th to drop the Milk Edition official trailer in order to wow us like nearly 2 months before release.
Don't get your hopes up.
I think it's most realistic, though, because they did the same thing with the Red Dead Redemption 2 PC. They did that literally like a month or two before they released that. So it feels like something Rockstar would do.
Maybe.
Transparency is not something they're good at. Not at all.
Nope.
So, yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon, because I think they would have already put out the trailer. Because we've had several events. We've had Gamescom recently, which a certain game got premiered during Gamescom.
Right. Yeah, it's Fortnite Season 7.
Yeah, basically, it wasn't that good.
With a Watch Dogs 2 reskin.
Yeah,
well.
but anyways, Rockstar's had ample opportunity to throw out a trailer for the Milk Edition. So I think they're going to be typical Rockstar and wait till, September 17th. And then they'll release that trailer. That's my prediction. But anyway, speaking of Gamescom, speaking of the new Fortnite season, or Watch Dogs 2 remake, or whatever the hell it is, Saints Row trailer came out, and, a lot of people didn't like it.
You loved it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's great. Yeah, there's people that, just like of all these reboots, remakes, whatever, reimagining, there's always those that jump on board with it. but then you always see like a percentage, usually the majority of the original fan base, not happy.
Yeah. Like the most I've seen is like, oh, Saints Row is dead. What is this? It's a Fortnite clone. And I mean, honestly, I go in the comment sections of that trailer and I never see a positive comment.
Yeah.
It's all negative.
Pretty much.
Even though I think it has like a 50-50 when it comes to that.
At best.
Yeah.
At best.
Yeah, but every time I go to the comments, it's just negative.
Yeah.
Like, I've yet to see a positive comment. I'm not, me personally, I'm not excited for it.
You have to go on Twitter to find those.
Oh.
YouTube's where you have the negative comments about the reboot. And the positive comments are on Twitter. And that's
luckily for me, I don't have Twitter.
Yeah. It's interesting to read the comments. And the problem is those that are Kool-Aid drinking the reboot are doing so based off of 2 trailers right now. That's it. 2 trailers that didn't exactly wow the gaming community. Just this percentage of Twitter. Oh boy, who cares? Why do they, in the entertainment industry, always come out with content or reimaginings of shows, movies, video games in this case, that appeal to them? To this group on Twitter, the woke mob, the SJW brigades, whatever they are. The majority of us don't care.
Nope.
But I don't get it. It's like they've infected like these various companies. Pretty much what's happened. And it just doesn't feel like a Saints Row game.
It doesn't look like a Saints Row game.
No. So, I mean, I don't want to pass complete judgment upon the game yet until it comes out, but from what I've seen from both trailers, because there was the announcement trailer, which I did a video on, then there was the Santa Elso trailer, which gave us like a little bit more information about it, some interviews with members of the dev team. You got a little bit of gameplay of Saints Row Reboot, Saints Row in name only, and it was conveniently mixed in with some real-life desert video footage in the background, which kind of gives you the, I think they were trying to go for this idea of fooling people or trying to fool people into thinking that almost everything they see in the 7-minute video is gameplay when it's not. A lot of it is actually real life video of, actual the desert and everything.
Right.
I guess out there in the southwest region of the United States, on the outskirts of Vegas, for example, which is what I guess Santa Elso is loosely based on. But overall, I was expecting something more from the reboot of Saints Row. But
I guess me personally, I don't care about it.
Yeah.
I really give 2 fucks.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, most people are going to feel the same way.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna get, I don't want to. I'm throwing this as a prediction. I'm not throwing hate at the game or anything, but from what I've seen, and usually how this shit goes down, it's probably gonna get a 2-star out of 5.
No. It'll get like a 10 out of 10 if you go by the various websites.
No, but that's just a critic. But like gamers,
yeah, the gaming community, yeah,
it's gonna flip.
The so-called journalists will.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. Their word doesn't matter.
I agree.
Because if that's the case, I mean, didn't they say like the best game was, like The Last of Us, and everybody kind of hated it.
Well, I mean,
it was 50-50. It was like Saints Row.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, there's definitely. I think the difference is a lot of people just don't care as much about Saints Row as the Last of Us franchise. And I still feel like Ghost of Tsushima got robbed last year. I think it was the better game. But that's just my opinion about that particular topic. And before we wrap up, I guess we should at least briefly talk about another issue that happened in August. The infamous GTA YouTuber, well, former GTA YouTuber, JK Gam3rs is arrested, and 9 counts, and facing jail time, probably. Perhaps the end of the gamer army. I think it's already over. RIP.
Yeah, I might still be holding on to your life in the Discord server.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but...
Me, I really know nothing of the situation. Like, I saw a couple screenshots and I saw like a video or 2, but that's it.
Yeah.
After that, I paid no attention to it. It's like, oh well, whatever.
Yeah, and I've tried just to stick with the facts. The facts is it was a 2-year investigation by law enforcement and apparently also the U.S. Marshals, which means the feds were involved. So obviously they must have like a lot of heavy duty information and evidence against the guy. And it's going to trial, I think, in a few weeks from now. And yeah, I don't think they would go through all this trouble, 2 years, all this manpower, money spent in this investigation, if the guy was innocent.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was $1 million bond for him. I do believe in innocent until proven guilty, but this doesn't paint a pretty picture. It doesn't. So I guess we'll see how that goes. We'll probably, if the trial happens and the verdict comes out before, I guess, the end of September, I guess we'll talk about that a month from now as well. But at the same time, we shall see how it goes when it comes to JK Gam3rs, the artist formerly known as JK Gam3rs. And yeah, we'll just see how that plays out. But finally, Afghanistan, that sucked, what happened in Afghanistan. Absolutely. I was tempted to make a video on the hibernated political channel of mine, because I'm so pissed off about it. I'm so pissed off about what's happening in Afghanistan. 20 years of occupying that country, and one of the goals in the war on terror was to wipe out terrorist organizations like the Taliban. Yet the Taliban retakes control. It's just a travesty. And the way that our so-called president, who should be president of a nursing home, handled it was terrible. I believe that eventually we should have pulled out of the country. I do. I think we should have pulled out eventually. But I think that we should have done so in a more efficient manner. And I think that we should have pulled out, making sure that the Taliban was destroyed and not able to retake Afghanistan. That's just my opinion about this. But yeah, it's upsetting. And, I'm pretty sad about, what's going to happen, the fate of Afghanistan, the fate of its people. Because I'm sure the majority of the people are not exactly happy about Afghanistan. But anyways, I think that's pretty much the vlog for today. Stay tuned a month from now for the September 2021 vlog.